I've received a few questions about how to connect conditionals into chains when there are hidden negations baked into the variables. So that's what we're going to discuss. I'll go through these 5 tips for connecting conditionals into chains. 1, diagram each statement. 2, use single character variables, not full sentences, not acronyms, just single letters. 3, take a mental note of what your symbols mean and use them consistently. So you need to make sure that if you write the same letter twice, it represents the exact same thing. The meaning of your letters can't shift as you work through the question. And at the same time, you need to watch out for negations that are baked into the variables, and we'll see examples of that. Number 4, match the necessary condition of one statement to the sufficient of another to link them. And number 5, if the statements don't connect, use the contrapositive to find hidden links. Okay, let's start with this example. No one with a college degree lacks ambition. So if you have a college degree, then you do not lack ambition. I said a minute ago that we should take mental notes of what the variables mean. But since this is the first one we're doing, we'll actually write it down. So D is college degree. And L stands for lacks ambition. Notice here there's a negation that's built into the variable. So this conditional reads, if you have a college degree, then you do not lack ambition. The second sentence says, if a person is content with their life, they are not ambitious. So C, arrow. Now notice how similar this phrasing is. They are not ambitious and lacks ambition. It's the same thing. Okay, and L was defined as lacks ambition. That's the same as saying they're not ambitious. So we're going to diagram this with the same letter. To connect these two conditionals together into a chain, we'll take the contrapositive of the second one. Contrapositive would be not L, arrow, not C. And so to connect it into a chain, it would look like this. Okay. So if you have a college degree, then you do not lack ambition, then you are not content with your life. Okay, here's the next example. You can be a lead chef only if you have a culinary degree. So L for lead chef, arrow, D for culinary degree. If you do not have a culinary degree, so not D, arrow, you are not allowed to use the industrial oven. Not allowed, not A. Okay. So notice here how culinary degree shows up twice, but the second time it shows up, it's negated. Okay, so we simply use the same variable and we cross it off. It's very important that we did not introduce a new variable. Okay. To connect these together, we'll take the contrapositive of the second. A, arrow, D, and you can link them together like this. Next example. If a plant is a succulent, it requires very little water. So S represents a plant as a succulent. Arrow L for little water. Any plant that requires more than a little water will die in the desert. So requiring more than a little water, that's the logical opposite of requiring a little water. Let me underline this. Whoops. So little water and more than a little water, those are logical opposites. So I'll diagram it using the same letter and I'll negate it. Okay. Again, we'll take the contrapositive of the second one, not the arrow L, and we can connect them into a chain like this. Okay, let's do one more. I want you to pause the video and try this for yourself before seeing the explanation. Every pilot is required to be sober. So if you're a pilot P, then you're required to be sober S. Any person who is intoxicated, which is the logical opposite of sober, so we should diagram that as not S, is a safety risk. So if you're not sober, then you are a safety risk. I'll diagram that with R since we've already used S as a variable. And again, we'll take the contrapositive of the second one in order to connect it into a chain.